A lot of the things we do every day aren't actually normal. They're just signs that we're living in a prison we built for ourselves. We wake up buried in debt just to buy clothes that mask our anxiety. We drive cars we can't afford to jobs we absolutely hate, all to impress people we don't even know. We've normalized the hustle of looking successful while our bank accounts are screaming for help. This isn't leveling up. It's a life sentence in a cell made of designer labels. But what if the keys to that cell were in your pocket the entire time? Today, I'm going to tell you the story of two men, one reunion, and the single psychological trap that separates those who only look rich from those who actually build an empire. My name is Tom. The story of Dick and Harry isn't just about clothes or cars. It's a mirror reflecting a trap. It is New Year's Eve. While everyone is traveling to see family, Dick is hiding a secret. His business is failing. He had to sell his expensive cars. He is living in an old, broken-down house. His old friends invite him to a big reunion in January. Dick is terrified. He thinks, if I look poor, they will lose respect for me. On the day of the party, Dick is panicked. He tries on 9 different outfits. Nothing feels expensive enough. In a moment of desperation, he takes money from his last savings and buys a flashy new outfit online. He calls his cousin and says, "Let me borrow your luxury car." He wants to arrive like a king. When Dick walks into the restaurant, he is wearing his costly clothes and holding the keys to a car he doesn't own. But he stops. He is shocked. All his friends, who are actually very rich, are wearing simple T-shirts and jeans. They are relaxed. They aren't trying to show off. Be honest. Have you ever felt like Dick? Have you ever spent money you didn't have just to fit in? Drop a yes in the comments if you've ever felt that pressure to look perfect for a crowd that didn't even notice. All night, Dick sits in the corner. He is angry. He thinks, why hasn't anyone complimented my suit? Why didn't they see my car? Because he is so worried about his image, he forgets to have fun. He leaves feeling lonely and even poorer than before. In another city called Baton Rouge, Harry gets the same invite. Harry is actually successful. He owns a popular restaurant and has a comfortable life. On the day of the meeting, Harry is calm. He wakes up, puts on his favorite casual clothes, and thinks, I can't wait to see my friends. It has been 11 years. He doesn't care about looking rich. He cares about having fun. He takes a simple taxi to the party. When he arrives, his friends hug him. They don't talk about clothes or cars. Instead, they talk about the future. They discuss how to combine their money and talent to build a massive business empire together. Dick spent his last dollar trying to look successful, so he missed the party. Harry didn't care about looking successful, so he became more successful. If this story is hitting home, you're exactly where you need to be. We post stories like this every week to help you break free from the status trap and build real wealth. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Don't miss the blueprint for your own empire. The story of Dick and Harry isn't just about clothes or cars. It's a mirror reflecting a trap that millions of us walk into every single day. Dick's tragedy wasn't that he was broke. It was that he was ashamed. He treated his friends like a jury and his life like a performance. When you spend money you don't have, to buy things you don't need, to impress people who already love you, you aren't just losing money, you are losing your soul. Dick sat in that chair, wrapped in expensive velvet, but he was a prisoner. He couldn't hear the laughter because he was listening for compliments. He couldn't see the friendship because he was looking for envy. He thought leveling up meant a better blazer and a borrowed engine. In reality, he was shrinking. When you live for the eyes of others, you give them the power to make you feel invisible. He went home with a receipt for a suit he couldn't afford and a heart full of bitterness, all because he tried to build a house out of gold-painted cardboard. The moral of Harry, the power of presence. Then look at Harry. Harry understands a secret that the truly successful never forget. Wealth is quiet, but insecurity is loud. Harry didn't need his clothes to speak for him because his character already had a voice. He didn't need a luxury car to announce his arrival because his presence was enough. While Dick was busy protecting his image, Harry was busy investing in his impact. Because Harry wasn't worried about being the center of attention, he was able to be the center of the conversation. He wasn't checking his reflection. He was checking on his friends. This is why Harry left that night with something better than a compliment. He left with a partnership. He left with an empire. In life, you have two choices. You can spend your energy trying to look like the person you want to be, or you can spend your energy becoming that person. If you are always the best-dressed person in the room, but you are the most anxious person in the room, you haven't won. You've just paid a very high price to be a mannequin. Real leveling up doesn't happen in a store or a car dealership. It happens in the mind. It's the ability to walk into a room with nothing to prove and everything to offer. Stop buying the armor of the fake rich. It's too heavy to carry, and it won't protect you from the truth. Build the internal empire first, and you'll find that the world doesn't care what you're wearing. They care what you're building.